Hi Sagittarius, this is Tara and welcome to your January 2016 Psychic Tarot forecast. And happy holidays to you and happy new year to you. I hope you had some wonderful holidays, got to spend them the way you wanted to with family, friends, or whoever made your heart sing. And I'm going to pull 4 cards from this month's, for this month from John Holland's Psychic Tarot deck. I've used it in the past, wonderful artwork and symbology. And also I want to share an email I received from a friend across the water in the UK. And he emailed me recently and he said, remember to share the light with others. He wasn't just talking about me, but everybody share the light with others so that we can feel a sense of connectedness, a sense of love between people. You know, there's been so much going on in the world with the bombings and Paris and in California and just all over, everywhere. And we really want to share that light, share that love so people feel connected with each other, so people feel support and love and knowing that there's someone out there that cares for them and that we all do matter because we all do. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you and just energetically hold people's hands, open your heart, and I think we'll find that this year is a 9 numerology year, which means that it's about completion, it's about compassion, it's about unconditional love. All right, okay. I'm pulling 4 cards here. Here's, I thought it felt so strong that it felt like 2. And let's see, and then 4. Okay, and let's start your 4 card spread and see what the first one is, Sagittarius. All right, well, this is an emotion card. I love this card. It's spiritual union. It's the number 2. And this card really denotes a love of any type coming together, 2 people coming together, 2 hearts coming together, 2 souls coming together, and really putting their heads in love, in harmony. You know, it's funny because I was just talking about that if we all did that as a species, as a human species, we're here as spirits in this human body, but we'll always be spirits. So this is our playground. This is our opportunity to love one another and to grow through spiritual union. Okay, so that feels really good for me, for you. This also could be a water sign. This could be about a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio. And maybe you're in union with one of those, or maybe that's your rising sign. But it really does feel like to own your emotions and own your feelings and to share with others, like what was coming up earlier. And when I look at this card, there are actually 2 things. The green, like a raindrop, and then the tiny little, what looks like chunks of gold at the bottom of the bowl. So, okay, so and the 2 heads coming together. So what feels like is through this emotion, through this feeling of expressing, there is prosperity. There is financial prosperity, which would be nice, wouldn't it? Just through expressing ourselves and feeling love and giving love, that we're financially prosperous. That's a pretty nice feeling. A plus B equals C, right? So it feels like that a lot of you are joining forces with maybe another person. Doesn't necessarily have to be a partnership where it's a bound partnership. I'm not really feeling that, but more of a union to think out ideas. This could be to where you have talks with other people and you're sharing ideas with them. You're sharing communication, but you're really feeling eye to eye with them and what they have to say to you and their feedback to you. I'm also getting the gentleman wearing the purple with sort of the suspender-like look. So this is also too feels like it's keeping you grounded and keeping you, I'm hearing the working man ways. So this is not about pomp and circumstance so much as it is about the working man, growing your fields, harvesting your fields, planting the seeds, watering your seeds, your emotional seeds, and watching them sprout. Okay, so this is about sharing. This could be, again, I love you guys and children, so this could be about you and children as well, sharing the love with others. All right, So the second card of your 4-card spread, and this came up before, so we'll see if it's a thread throughout this January. I think you're like halfway through the months that I've done. This is a spirit card. Spirit, it's foundation and achievements. Okay, so with this, the emotion card coming up first, and this is a spiritual union, and then a spirit card coming up, which means that you're building your foundational and spiritual union and emotions. So I'm really feeling like a lot of you are wanting to see the sunshine, the sun actually coming out, and as it does, it peaks through in January. Wherever you are around the world, whether you're north of the equator or south of the equator, that you're really wanting to see some sun in your life. I feel like you have been harvesting the fields, and I think you are building your foundation, and I think you are you have gone about things in a different way than you have in the past. In other words, this past year, this past 6 months, you really allowed yourself the freedom and the time. Hopefully some of you, this is not for everyone, again, this is a general reading, but some of you have allowed yourself to be openly vulnerable to the lightness of life, or maybe even to the heaviness of life. And how does that feel to you? And how can you almost take that in but express it in a different way? And express it through your business. Express it through social awareness is what's coming up. And that connecting with others through that social awareness helps you build your house of fame. I'm hearing that house of fame. So some of you might actually get some recognition and rewards for this. Because I'm just hearing the words recognition, reward, and actually seeing like a medal around like an Olympian would wear, but you might feel like an Olympian. So actually receiving some fame, rewards. Some of you might be speakers, lecturers, thinkers that, speak at conferences, businesses, whatever it is. I feel like there's some new social awareness coming up for you. And when I look at the card, my eye keeps going to the rainbow and then also to the guy's hood. So again, the sun coming out, seeing the sun in an energetic way. And I feel like the hood is for, whenever I see this hood in this card, I feel like it's, you can pull this hood over when it's raining or snowing or sleeting, but you can also open it up when the sun is shining, when it's clear, and when it's nice, so that you're always protective with the spiritual foundation. All right? That feels good for me, for you. And then the third card is another spirit card. This is number 6, victory and success. Wow. Okay, so first you had spiritual union, then you had foundation and achievement, and now victory and success. Number 6. And number 6 in numerology has to do with family, relationships, community, career, working with other people, responsibility towards others. And I feel like a lot of you do have responsibility towards others that you really, really love. And if you're feeling like you have taken on more than you can chew, then set your priorities. If some of you have taken on too much responsibility, then make it a plan throughout your day, throughout your week, throughout your month. Especially it might be the third month or third week of the month, and the third month. It may be in March as well. But I say that, I don't look at it as a mistake, but the truth. So it might be from now through March that you really want to set your priorities, and you will receive victory and success, victory and spiritual success. And when I look at this card, I'm really looking at the light around the horn. Sometimes it's the flag, sometimes it's the guy, but it's really the light around the horn. So that to me feels like it's not so much is what you're doing. It is what you're doing, but it's how you're being in the world. It's how people see you. It's the energy that you're giving off. It's or not. And so this might be a card that says, we're seeing more and more of the shift, and as people change, our actual DNA is changing, and we're physically sometimes even looking different, but we're different on the inside. So opening up your aura to the light. And as I was talking earlier in the video of how that light looks in the world, how do you shine your light out to the world? How do you see your victory and success? What are your values that you love to give to other people? What do people receive from you? I would really, I encourage you to really tune in and focus and fine tune that this month. All right, that feels good. Okay, Sagittarius, so the last card of your 4-card spread is another emotion card. You had one at the very beginning, spiritual union, and then you have one, this is an interesting one to come up. This is emotion, it's called emotional loss, but his heart is healing. If you look at the card, it's about emotions, but he is holding his hand over his heart. So it's like there's been a loss. At the same time, that loss is about letting go and continuing to move forward so that you can heal. And so this loss could be around a person. Maybe a person's no longer in your life who it felt like was at some point so important that you needed this person. It's almost like you've maybe needed to wean yourself away from this person. This could be also, again, another water sign, and maybe it's around this particular person. Maybe this water sign is helping you heal your heart, because water signs are so nurturing and giving and loving, and they understand emotions when they will recognize them. A lot of them won't recognize it, they'll hold it in, but they do very much nurture the emotions. Some of you, it could be around pets. It could be around even kids going back to college. If your kids are going back to college, it feels like there is somewhat of a loss, but it does feel like that you will heal. Of course, this is a general reading, and get back into your groove, into your lane. This could be a loss of a relationship, a romantic relationship, and maybe it's just, we're getting to the time, and we went through the January 21st through 26th, which was big for us to really drop or not have in our life what's not working any longer. So it might be too that this person just, it wasn't right for you any longer, that the chips weren't falling right, that you're playing chess and it just, the chessboards, all of the players were not playing together well. And I'm using archetypes and metaphors, but it seems to be coming out that way. So in looking at this card, what I'm really seeing him doing is I'm seeing the 2 hands over the heart space. And when I see the 2 hands, it feels like that if there has been an emotional loss, that you're going to, again, gain in another arena. If this is a romantic loss, that you're going to see another romantic love come up. Another person who feels loving to you, who adores you, who treats you kindly, who you can play with, who you can dance with, sing with, write with. It feels very creative, someone very creative for you. If it's a loss of a pet or someone who is very close, it might just be regaining your spiritual and accessing your spiritual attunement, and know that you will be with that spirit again. So I'm very enamored with parts of your reading, or your reading in general. Actually, your 1st and 4th cards were about emotions, and the 2 in between are about your spiritual victory and success and foundation. So I feel like you guys have a lot of inner stuff going on. I feel like to express yourself this month. Express who you are. Express who you're about. Shine your light. You deserve it. You guys are fun. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. I hope it has made some sense to you. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't. And if you'd like a personal reading, private reading, they're much more in-depth, much more detailed. I encourage you to either email me at themagicalmatrix@gmail.com or go on my website. January is a busy month, and I'll start getting a lot more readings. So just either way, you can look on my schedule or on my website, which is taraventura.com, or email me, And I look forward to talking with you soon. Have a great month.